listening to Time Spent Poorly with Nathan Betts.
It doesn't matter what I do, I just can't seem to win. But here I go again. And I said, hey, that's the story of my life. I had a good plan, but it didn't go right. Oh no, I'm overdrawn. I checked my account and the money's all done. Why me? I don't know what to think. I finally get aboard and the whole boat sinks. Seems to be the story of my life.
Welcome to the Time Spent Poorly podcast with your host, Nathan Betts. I'm hanging out with you this evening. We are actually live on Stitcher. Sorry, you can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on Stitcher. That is definitely a true thing. You can find us on Stitcher, but later. You can find us live right now on twitch.tv/timespentpoorlytv. So you can go check out that. No wonder that's not getting quieter. I'm twisting the wrong damn knob. There we go. That makes more sense. I'm in the studio this evening with my good buddy Harrison McFarland. He
Hello.
Moved away to Seattle, and now he's back in town because it's the Thanksgiving holiday, and he wanted to come up and do some stuff for his YouTube channel. So go ahead and throw out a plug for that there right off the bat, and we'll do another one before we get out of here.
Yeah, I have a whole lot of things on YouTube. It's just search my name, Harrison McFarland, and you'll find my channel there. I finally got a Twitter, by the way.
Holy crap! No way.
I'm with the kids these days. It's God, I hope I remember what it is. Twitter.com/Harrison Jokes. Instagram, I think it's Harrison395. There's so many things out there.
Right.
I'm gonna get like one universal thing.
It's actually right there. Can you see that?
Oh wow! Oh cool.
So there, I'm at Nathan L. Betts on the Twitter. He's at Harrison Jokes, and there's Facebook and there's Instagram. You can find us at timespentpoorly.com. You can find us on the Stitcher Smart Radio app if you are out and about, and just go and type in this Time Spent Poorly Podcast Network. You'll find this episode and many others all on the Stitcher Smart Radio app. You can give us a call at 1-888-317-2694 and leave us a voicemail, or call us if we're live. If you ever see a tweet go out that we're live, you can call us then. But I'll be honest with you, that's never happened before yet. But you can contact us that way, and there's many, many different ways you can get us. You can get us on youtube.com/timespentpoorlytv. So do all of those things. You
can also find me at most truck stops.
Yes, in the bathroom.
Keeping the gentleman happy.
Gentlemen, okay, yeah. Gotcha. All right. That's a real thing that just happened. Yep. So that will continue to be a thing. Now, is that locally when you're in town, or is that a new thing that you started in Seattle?
Just between here and Seattle, because I make that trip.
Oh, anywhere between here and there.
So
okay. All right.
I'm very giving to to whoever.
Do you make regular stops, or is it just whenever you can?
It's surprise visits.
Yeah.
I like to keep it a little adventurous like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's for the males, correct? For the dudes.
Yeah, it's for the he/she's if I can.
For the cute lady boys.
You know what? There's gonna be that one person out there who's like, I think he's being serious.
I'm not gonna lie. I think he's serious. Hold on. I gotta. Where's Seattle again?
Yeah.
Which road is he on?
Speaking of Seattle, if we can just jump right into that.
Absolutely.
So I moved to Seattle about 3 months ago. I got out of this place. Mm-hmm. I don't want to call it a hellhole because it's all right. It's got its good parts and bad parts. Especially
when you leave and come back to it, you're like, oh, hey, it's this place.
Yeah.
But you're stuck here like, oh, it's this place.
Yeah. But so I moved to Seattle, and of course, I tell everybody this, and they're like, I always hear it. Oh, Seattle, it rains a lot over there. Oh, you got an umbrella yet? I got that yesterday. Oh, you got your umbrella yet? And it rains a lot in Seattle. It's like, oh, really? Is that a thing?
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't notice.
It rains in Seattle a lot? Oh, okay.
Huh. Would have never noticed. I mean, what is it, like 300 days a year or something like that?
Crazy. I just get tired of hearing stuff like that.
It is. It's annoying. Actually, I participated in a Facebook stream or Facebook string last night about things that people say that are really annoying, and the dude started it off by saying, "Is it just me, or am I the only rational human being that is appalled by the phrase 'it is what it is'?" And I was like, "Yeah, that goes hand in hand with." Everything happens for a reason. You just got to find out what it is. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah. You just don't have anything to say. Punch right in the face. I hate it. I hate that. It's so annoying because, like, if you really stop and think about it, everything happens for a reason. Okay, so what's the reason for a 2-year-old getting leukemia and dying before he experiences
Had it
any
coming.
sort of
Had it coming.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, it does. It makes
Yeah.
sense. He probably deserved it.
Probably did something in the past life to kind
Sure.
of, as a
Sure.
as a snail. I don't know.
As a
I don't know how that works.
frog.
Whatever.
I don't know, kissed by a princess. I'm not sure. I don't know. So, but yeah, the phrases the phrase that pays all those annoying things that people. What it ultimately is they don't know what else to say, but they want to say something, so they just throw out something generic.
Yeah.
Oh, it is what it is. Thanks, ass. That means nothing to me.
Yeah. Or with Seattle, it's like, oh, they got really terrible parking down there. Or, oh, crime, you can't do this or that because of all the crime. And like, I can't. I'm a grown ass man.
Right.
I kind of got a hold of it now.
Right. Okay. Well, it's also Seattle. It's not Compton.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
East Detroit or wherever the F8 Mile Road is or whatever.
Though my buddy who's staying with us over there, he recently moved over there from Lewiston to Reyes. He was mugged a couple days ago.
Are you serious?
At our grocery store.
How
yeah.
did that go?
Well, it was some color folk.
Okay.
Go figure. But it was
You can't judge.
right in the parking lot of a QFC.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, he was on his phone, and he just, boom, takes his phone out of his hand, and my friend gets it back, and then like these 3 other dudes jump out of a car and is like, hey, give us your phone, and we're gonna kick your ass. And they're like, okay, here you go.
No kidding. Wait, can I delete
and
these
then just-
nude photos of myself
See,
first?
and
Because this is
of course,
embarrassing.
and of course, he's like all shook up and scared, and I'm like, hey, here's the. You know what? More importantly, someone's gonna see pictures of my dick on your phone.
Well, there's that. There's always that. Wait, really?
No.
Okay. Yes, of course. Of course, it's always true. So, that's effed up, dude.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Hey!
See how I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know what? Everything happens for a reason there, Reyes. So, you just gotta wait around and see what the whole purpose for that one is. I don't understand that though. Why not just shrug your shoulders or just be like, or anything?
I don't know. Don't know.
Maybe they watch too much reality TV,
That's probably that's what it is.
which I also hate. Abhor, I think, is the right word for that. Yes, I hate reality TV. And the thing is about reality TV is like reputable channels or things that I would have considered reputable channels once upon a time or even fallen on board. The Science Channel, Discovery Channel. You go through the Discovery Channel lineup right now, it's all about these dudes that like go through junkyards and whatever. I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah.
But like it's all reality based. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to learn something scientific or I'm going to discover something by following some dude that has one functioning tooth. A tooth. That's why they call it a toothbrush, bro.
Tooth.
So you're literally going to follow that person around. I'm gonna discover something. Thanks, Discovery Channel. Where's MythBusters? Incarnation 18 or whatever. I'd watch that. It's ridiculous. I can't stand it.
People.
I blame it on Honey Boo Boo and her go-go juice.
I'm so glad I do not. I don't know anything more about that show than just her name.
Yeah.
And I'm totally okay with
I
that.
know, for some weird reason, I know her name and her stupid dumb dad's name is Sugar Bear or whatever.
No idea.
So-
I don't want to know.
And they live by the train tracks. But this is all stuff you can glean from seeing a
Yeah.
commercial for it or whatever. But it's on, and I'll walk in. I'm like, oh, that's on. Back out the door. I got a shop. I got all this stuff. Or I can come back down here and work on a podcast, or I'll go out to the shop and do some woodworking or whatever in my pants or something. Anything. I don't care.
I get it.
Right. So, I mean, honestly, like, there's nothing good about it. And it's almost to the point now where it's almost pointless to make fun of it because it's everywhere. That's all there is. There's the news, and then there's making fun of celebrities like TMZ and stuff, and then there's reality TV. That's all that's left. And so I am probably going to cancel my Dish subscription because there's no point in having it anymore.
Yeah, I don't watch TV anymore. I
Yeah.
have no time for it.
I don't either. I'm down here or I'm out there. So I'm doing my thing. So what else is going on over in the Seattle area? The whole SeaTac. What about the bar scene? What's going on in the bar scene?
Well, here's the thing. I I got a new job over there, and I'm on the graveyard shift. So that immediately, So
That
like,
kills.
it's Seattle. We're just like, I moved to a big city, and
Hooray,
there's
I'm
always
gonna go party.
there's
Never.
stuff to do. And
Yeah.
then, oh, by the way, we're gonna put you on the graveyard shift.
Awesome. I'm
So-
gonna sleep this whole time.
Yeah, it has its limitations, but I make the most of it. I all my days off, Monday and Tuesday.
Oh,
But the
son of
beautiful
a
thing about
bitch.
Seattle is it's different from Lewiston or even Spokane, is because there's stuff to do no matter what day of the week.
Right.
And the bars on Mondays, they're still full. They're not completely packed like on a
Right.
weekend, but they're at
You can
certain
go
times
and hang out.
it's pretty full. The city doesn't fall asleep at 8 p.m. like it does here. It's nice. They always have concerts. There's always something to do, and big names are there. I mean, they got theaters
Constantly,
everywhere.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's big name acts coming. All the time. It's great.
That's fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
and half the time, I mean, how many times have you gone specifically to Seattle to go to a concert? So like you
Yeah.
are where the action is at. That's like a
Yeah.
big stop on every single person's tour. So
and it's and the great thing is that I don't have to go travel. I don't have to drive 5.5 hours to do that. I just have to drive 20 minutes
cross
or 10
town
minutes
or
whatever. Yeah.
Or
So it's great.
worst case scenario up to Everett
or
Bremerton
down
or
to
something.
Tacoma or
Tacoma,
something.
yeah.
But
yeah, the Tacoma Dome.
Yeah. So and it's not too bad. It's like
Yeah.
a half-hour drive or
I
whatever.
saw I think I saw Justin Timberlake in the Tacoma Dome. I saw
I saw him there too. Yeah.
how many years? Like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
With Good Charlotte opening.
Yes.
Yes, I was
So
at that show. That was a good show.
It was a good show.
And I
liked
saw
it, yeah.
I saw Green Day there with who the hell opened for them? It was a really good show too.
Yeah, I remember that show. That was a good one.
Yeah, that JT
So,
show was really good.
We were there together and we didn't know about it.
Didn't even
Now,
know it.
We've come full circle now.
Yeah.
Now I'm in your basement doing this.
doing this, which is
Small
always
world.
yeah weird.
But no, I love it over there. The bar scenes are, it's variety. That's
Yeah.
what I love about Seattle is variety. There's, just the various different types of people over there. It's not just all white rednecks and
Right.
There's culture there, and it's you meet a lot of people, and when you go out, it's everybody's so accepting. That's another big thing. If I can get on a serious level,
Sure.
is that's what I really love about that area. Is a lot of people say, oh, it's it's really left wing or whatever, but
Which it is.
it is, but I mean that has to me it's a positive thing because people are more accepting. They're less judgmental. It's there still, but I mean it's a lot less judgmental than
Sure.
it is on a more conservative town like Lewiston
Right.
or whatever.
I'm sure
So, it's
anywhere you
great.
go, you could find people that are as judgmental as they are here. It's just they're in the minority instead
Right.
of the majority.
Yeah, so it's a great thing, and it's one of those things where it's kind of a culture shock because you have to get used to the idea of nobody giving a care who or what you are.
Right.
And it's like, well,
Right.
there's like no judgment here. Like, well, that's so cool.
And there's literally like in this town, there's the bar downtown called Tees, and then there's
Mm-hmm.
Hogan's, and that's pretty much culture in this town. Like if you want to
Yeah.
go experience culture in this town, there's 2 location,
Oh.
2 location. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of pathetic, but at least at least there's something.
Yeah, at least
but-
you got something. Yeah.
Right. So like I actually DJ'd a drag show last weekend, and it was a blast, and it was
I was going to ask
packed.
you how'd that go?
It
Yeah.
was packed. It was so packed to the walls. It was like people were like almost literally hanging from the rafters to be able to see it.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
That place, is it a gay bar?
Yes.
Because I know some people who frequent there or and people who work there, and I get mixed answers.
I believe that they will not come right out and say, just because it's Lewiston, that it is a gay bar.
So it's the closeted gay.
It's the closeted gay bar. Yes. Yeah. They're just waiting for their opportunity to come out.
I thought the closeted gay bar was Boomtown. That's where
That,
where the
honestly-
closet gays go.
That's where all like
All the bros.
yeah, all the bro, dude, guy, bro, dude, hey man, guy, dude, bro, yeah, fist bump, fist me.
Just go up to the elbow. Yeah, it's not gay if I say no homo right after,
Right,
right?
right. So, No, I do. I would just say that's the.
And not that I care. It's,
Right.
It's just,
I think that's what it.
But that's kind of what I mean, though. Is like they can't just come out and say it, or
Right.
it can't be okay for it to be a gay bar. And
Sure.
Because like, oh, I don't know, it might just hurt business, but
I don't know.
Over the-
Business was booming on
Yeah.
Saturday night. It was
That's good.
packed in there. I've never seen it so crowded. I've never seen it that crowded when it was the Hick bar that it was before that. And then right before that, it was a dance club that went terrible.
yeah. What was that
And,
called? Epic.
Epic.
Club Epic.
Club Epic Fail is what everybody nicknamed it. Club Epic. And before that, it was called Two Doors Down, and it was a Hick bar. And even on their busiest nights when they had the most popular band in town, which is Coltrane. Even when Coltrane was there, I never seen it as packed as the drag show the other night, and it was a lot of fun. They had the show was from Portland, and there was 6 of them, if I remember correctly, and 2 of them had real tits.
Hot.
It was amazing.
Hot.
Yeah. One of them came out in like a Lil' Kim outfit with the over-the-shoulder deal with one going under one breast and just a pasty. And she's doing her whole thing. And all of a sudden she does this little twirl and goes, and her little pasty had come off. And the dude that's running the show was standing right by me. He goes, come on, bitch, you better keep that thing covered up. I'm like, yes, this is amazing. I'm so glad I took this job.
That is great.
It was the most amazing night I've ever had. It was so much fun. It was great.
Yeah.
I saw your brother there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was there for a little
in the
bit.
bathroom.
He was actually leaning up. He was posting up against the pool table,
Yeah.
and and then he was in the glory hole when I had to take my pee break. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I recognized the lips. I was like, "Is that Harrison?" No, Harrison's in Seattle. He's not here yet.
That has less herpes on it, so it's got to be Derek.
right. So, but back to the everything or every night of the week has something to do. Harrison and I actually were in a group together that was trying to give the Valley something to do on other than Friday or Saturday night.
Yes.
We established whether it was a good idea or not. Is yet to be determined as far as like the stigma that got associated with it towards the end. But we did get a group rolling called Some Funny Dudes, and we did our best to entertain people. And I was just curious now that it's started, in the middle of it, and over with, how your entire experience with all of that was. I was just curious what your thoughts on the whole experiment was, because ultimately the experiment failed. No one ended up giving a shit
Yeah, and
to have stuff to do other than
it's
Friday and
unfair to
Saturday
blame
nights.
the city because a lot of it is us. But
Right.
But you know, to be honest, it was a new experience for not only us but the city as well, because I have never heard of a stand-up comedy group ever operating here.
beforehand,
So
and nobody's
it was
been
all
trying to do
new.
it since. Actually, that's
And-
not true. I'm sorry. Marcus and his brother Nate are continuing to do it every other Tuesday at Lancers.
Lancers,
So go over to Lancers if you're from the LC Valley. Go over to Lancers every other Tuesday, and I don't know if it's this coming Tuesday or the following Tuesday, but look them up on Facebook. You'll find them.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're at
Carlton
Lancers.
Brother Comedy. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it was a good experience for us. I think it was an attempted. It's a good thing to do here to try to start something.
Sure.
Well,
and there's literally no risk. I mean, honestly.
right? Yeah. Like what's
going to happen?
And it's funny you brought that up because yesterday I did a whole lot of filming around town for my YouTube channel. Add me on YouTube. I have weekly vlogs, by the way,
Sure.
every Monday and Thursday, and I do some comedy stuff, and then I also do some serious talk too. But so I was just I'm doing like a little documentary thing about coming home and like, hey, this is what home's like for me, blah blah blah, to show people. And I walked down on Main Street and kind of walked around to the places where we first started, where we started at
Amnesia, which is now Boomtown
which is now
again.
Boomtown, yeah.
That club's changed its names more times than a freaking hooker that's been married 18 times. It's awful.
That's hot. And then we did Mad Dog Barbecue. We've done La
forgot about that.
Boheme.
Which is that still the Blue Lantern at the moment?
I don't know and
Okay.
don't care.
Yeah.
I
was just curious if that.
But yeah, so I
Shop
kind of
was there.
walked around and talked about the different places where we kind of got our start and whatnot. So that was good. But overall, and the candy store.
Oh, the candy store.
Titty bar.
The no titty bar, actually.
the bikini.
We wish we were a titty bar.
Yeah, the bikini bar. But but I'm not bashing on these places. I'm glad that they gave us the opportunity. And Scott, thank you all for giving us that opportunity, and Palucci's and everything. That's really
Palucci's,
awesome.
Palucci's for sure is big time. Thank you for that. So
yeah, I'm thankful for the experience. I'm glad it definitely gave us an opportunity to work on our craft, and then of course went up to Spokane and whatnot. But in Seattle, I plan on continuing my stand-up stuff, but I've just been so busy with work, and I want to I'm new, so I wanted to master the new job, get that kind of done, and
have
not be distracted,
be a routine,
and then just kind of start getting into the comedy again, because they got plenty of clubs over there. So.
Is there open mics on Mondays and Tuesdays for you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and that's another great thing is there's just so much there, and there's
how many clubs do you think that you'll be able to hit up in a night if you wanted to line up a couple open mics
in just one night?
Yeah,
probably two, I guess, because they spread them out throughout the week, which I think is genius.
Yeah, that is pretty smart.
Then on the weekends they have the big names come in or whatever. So, there's a lot of opportunity for me to continue that, and I'm thankful for the opportunity that we had down here in Lewiston to get a start. So
yeah, I mean, and honestly, like I look back at most of it, and I self-admittedly I was the worst one of the bunch. I took over doing hosting. I tried many different facets. I tried opening, I tried hosting, I tried closing, I tried all the different things. I never really got the hang of it. I always ultimately when I decided to quit back in April, I was always better at doing this. I was always better at podcasting than I ever was at being a stand-up comedian or whatever. I use the term loosely in quotes, but I enjoy being in front of people. I really do enjoy it. So whether or not I actually ever got good at it or not, I still enjoyed the process of succeeding occasionally. But even when I got up there and just failed miserably, I'm like, oh, that fucking sucked, but sure did have fun in front of all those 4 people.
And that's the thing is, win or lose, it was an experience and we had fun.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and we all have good shows and bad shows, and whether they happen more often than not, it's irrelevant. It was an experience, and it was good. I liked it. So
good.
For better or worse, I had fun, and I'm glad that it happened.
Now, I was thinking about some of the things I wanted to ask you when you came up this evening, and I've never been asked this myself, and I don't even really know what I would answer if I was asked it. So I'm going to ask it to you and see if you can come up with an answer. No one's really ever asked me if I think I'm funny. So my question to you is, do you think you're funny?
Yes and no. I'm very I think being an entertainer, you have to be very aware of yourself.
Excruciatingly self-aware.
And if you're like me, it's like, like you said, it's excruciating. And like when I do my YouTube videos, I will, it's not like live where it's, like, oh, this is happening. This, you get to watch yourself over and over and over again. And it's like, oh my God. I was like, oh, that's really great. Or, man, I got to edit this somehow to make it better. And there's been times when I shot a thing 3 times just to get it right.
Right.
And so my answer to that would be, just like anybody else. I got good days and I have bad days.
Sure.
I do have funny moments, I think, at least in my head.
Sure.
And I've heard people laugh when I say stuff, so I guess I have my moments and people recognize that, and I still have people come up to me and say, hey man, you were so funny. It was, are you still doing shows or whatever? And and I was like, no, I either moved or this was like even
on
before
hiatus.
I moved, I'd say no, we're taking a break or whatever. So that's really cool to have, old fans, people who went to a show or just one show and they remembered who I was.
Yeah.
And, so that's really cool. But definitely. I know that there were times where it was like, Harrison, what are you doing? That was just go eat a gun or something.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, throughout the 2 years, I'm just going to round it off to 2 years. We basically made it for 2 years. There was times when I got off the stage and I thought about what I had just done. I'm like, what in the holy fuck were you just doing? What were the words? What was the thought process going through your head that made you think that was going to go well? Like, why did you think that was going to go well?
And any entertainer, I think, is like when you sense that it's like,
Shit.
I'm diving. So you try to get back out of it, and
Yeah.
sometimes you recover, and sometimes you just keep digging your hole deeper and deeper, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Now, did you ever find when you knew that you were bombing? Did you ever find any sort of comfort or entertainment to yourself in the fact that you knew you were bombing, you knew you weren't going to come back from it? Were you, or was it always just what the fuck? Because at a certain point, I got to the point where I was like, yeah, I know I suck at this. I'm just going to go have fun.
the best thing for me to do is just to recognize that I am bombing and then make fun of the fact that I was bombing in a witty way. I mean, it had to be good enough to recover and distract people from that bomb.
Sure.
Point it out, and then like it's like a magic trick. Oh, hey, look over, and now it's over here.
Oh, look. Okay, look. Oh, we're back over here again.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So
It's like a sleight of hand with your tongue.
that usually costs extra.
That's okay. Well, I usually don't charge for it, but that's just between you and me. That's a secret. So
Gotcha.
now I think we might have talked about this prior on another show, but just for rehashing sake, who are your comedy heroes? I know Don Rickles is a big one for you, but like who inspired? Like if you're flipping through Netflix or whatever you flip through, and you've come across someone. So besides like the Don Rickles that we're familiar with, like who inspires you these days?
Yeah, as you said, it was Don Rickles, and I had the pleasure of seeing his show for the first time, probably the only time too, because he's like 86.
He's getting up there.
I saw him a couple of years ago in Seattle, so that's what kind of got me started with, I think, my overall sense of humor and just picking on people and teasing people.
What age do you think you were when you discovered him?
I was a kid. My parents watched him on the Dean Martin show and all that, and then the celebrity roasts that they did. The real ones. The ones these days are funny, but they're not. I don't know. Those are, I guess, a classic. So there's that whole.
Yeah. No, I watched a lot of, or not a lot of them. I probably watched about 5 of those, and they're hit and miss. But there's certain people that would go on, like what was his name? Was it Waters? Anyway, there's an old dude that would come on. He would never go on as himself. He always played a
Foster
character.
Brooks, the drunk. He played a drunk guy.
Might have been him, but he was always spot on. Dean Martin was always funny. Yeah. Didn't he usually host it for the most part?
He mostly hosted it, and I think he always hosted it.
Yeah,
unless he was the one that was the man of the week or the hour or the minute, whatever.
I watched one where they roasted Johnny Carson, and he looked like he was starting to get pissed by about minute 30. He was starting to get like he's starting to make faces. You're like, oh, that one might have stung a little bit.
Yeah, some people can't,
And that Ruth Buzzy always pissed me off. She'd come out there and start hitting people with her purse and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, man.
God, she's annoying.
I forgot all about her.
I never understood why,
and as a kid, I thought that was a real thing. I'm I didn't know that it was
wrong with her.
Or like Foster Brooks, when he would go up there and he constantly played a drunk, and he was never out of character.
Yeah.
He never broke character until he sat down.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but as a kid, I was like, this guy's always drunk.
Yeah, this guy's always wasted.
It reminds me of Dad. He's just
why
always
is Dad
drunk.
on the TV?
Is he gonna hit me?
Dad, why don't you go on the TV? You're just like that guy.
But as far as other comedic heroes, now it changed. A lot of native comics are inspiring me. Just because, quick, think of a native comedian, actor, anybody.
Cheske Spencer is the only one I know.
And see, even then, I mean, that he's not like a big time. There's no big time anything but in the Native American community.
Who's the dude that was Victor in Smoke Signals? Hey, Victor, sorry about your dad.
Yeah.
Smoke Signals.
Forget his name. I'm just having an off day. By the way, for the viewers.
Oh, Harrison's hungover.
I had a shameful amount of alcohol last night.
Was it one of those ones where you woke up, you're like, I'm never drinking again till tomorrow?
No. Oh, man. I woke up at 11.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, nope. Nope.
Back to bed.
So I got back up around 4, and I was like, the hell am I doing? But I didn't want to cancel the podcast
Sure.
and everything. But I had a great time.
A little foggy, though.
I had a lot of. I invited a lot of friends I hadn't seen in a long time,
Sure.
and I probably won't be back till about summertime. So we definitely.
Partied heartily.
Yeah, I cleaned out the liquor store a
Nice.
little bit, and I lost track of how many drinks I had, and
That's when you know you've had a good time.
and it's like fire, yeah, and then whenever that comes out, Harrison
goes bye-bye.
Yeah, Harrison goes bye for a minute.
Do you have like an alter ego that comes out when you get really drunk? Because that would be awesome.
I get louder and I think I'm funny.
Right, right. Well, I think that's everybody when they're
Yeah.
drunk. Like, I'm the king of the world.
just hilarious. Let's make out.
Who are you? Oh, you got something on your lip.
You're
You.
yeah, but I'll say I'm proud of myself. I don't lose my standards when I get drunk.
That's good.
I have no fatties.
And
no,
still,
no,
and still no chicks.
No, yeah, no. If they have
Definitely
a vag, no. Outta
See you
here.
later.
Gotta have the dangler for me to get interested.
Oh, sweet Jesus, that's
Yeah,
gross.
The dangler.
No,
that
not that.
visual.
Like,
Yeah.
that's cool if that's what you want to do. That's fine. I'm referring to it as a dangler, though.
Yeah.
That sounds gross.
Yeah, but yeah, to answer your question, it's changing, and as far as names, I can't really. Like I said, I'm having an off day, so
Sure.
names aren't my best suit today, but they're out there.
Mm-hmm. I got an embarrassing confession.
Go ahead.
After growing up watching Bill Cosby himself and all of his records, that's not the embarrassing part, but I listened to like Why Is There Air and my brother Russell with whom I slept and all of those that have like all the Fat Albert skits, and there's a really great sketch that he does that he just calls Noah. And basically, he's having a conversation with God. Noah and God are having a conversation about building the ark, and it's really funny. So basically, so growing up, I memorized those, and I memorized Bill Cosby himself. To this day, I could probably still quote at least 3/4 of it, but it'd have to be plain. I can't do it out of my head anymore. But after that, it was a long period, and then I discovered Dane Cook. And Dane Cook,
You would. You would.
I know, but that's the thing is like I heard him. I was like, oh my god, this guy's energetic and he's kind of a douchebag, but like he kind of made me want to do what I like what he does. I'm like, that's cool. That looks fun, and I want to try to do that because I feel like I could at least attempt it.
And that's great. And see, I kind of rib you and I tease you about it, but and that shouldn't matter. Just
Yeah.
because you like Dane Cook or I like so and so, or even movies or bands or whatever, people are like, oh, you like that? Well, you're just terrible. I'll be like, who cares?
Right.
If it inspires you. And it's genuine inspiration for you to do something.
And
that,
that's
hey,
yeah,
go for
and
it.
that's the
Go
thing is
for it.
like at the time, like when the an older one, I believe it was called Retaliation, came out. I thought it was the funniest thing I'd heard in a couple of years. It was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. And then Vicious Circle, I believe, was one that came out, and then he came out with one called Isolated Incident. And about that time that Isolated Incident came out, I was like, all right, I'm ready to move on to more adult people like Louis C.K. and the responsible people.
I like him.
Oh,
or,
I like me some Louis C.K. and I am in love with Jim Gaffigan. I would have
Jim
his.
Gaffigan's great.
I would have his beard, baby. He is amazing. That dude is so freaking funny. And Daniel Tosh, I went and saw Daniel Tosh live over in Tacoma, or no, not Tacoma. Sorry, Kirkland or whatever.
He was just in Seattle a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
He's really great. He's really great live. In a way, it's kind of like watching a long version of Tosh.0 now, though. Like if you go back and watch the one that came out before he got famous, I forget what it's called. He's in Long Beach or whatever.
Okay.
That one's really good. And then he came out with one. He came out with Happy Thoughts, and then Happy Thoughts was the one you're like, oh, this is like an hour long.
Thing, yeah.
This is like an hour long Tosh.0, which isn't bad. It's just you could tell that.
Yeah, I guess you kind of run that risk though
Yeah.
when you're in that kind of field where.
Well, and honestly, at this point, like he's like the only comedian that has that going, like that much going for him at the moment. Like he has the most popular show on Comedy Central at the moment. He sells out like we were in a venue that was as big as the Tacoma Dome, and he was off to one side of it, and the entire place was packed.
Cool.
And yeah, so he's selling out like 10,000-12,000 seat venues easily.
Must be nice.
Yeah, and
nice.
what was really weird is the show was at 7. He had one opener that talked for 15 minutes, almost to the second. He came out at 7:45ish, and we were done, and everybody was out of the parking lot by like 9:05. I was like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. I've never gone anywhere and been out of the parking lot by 9:05.
Wow.
Usually you're waiting
Yeah.
for the main event at 9:05, but
Yeah.
maybe he's just like, fuck it, it's Washington. What do I give a shit?
Can you imagine, by the way, being somebody like that, a performer, and doing that show in front of
Literally
10,000 people,
yeah.
12,000 people?
Well, and I doubt he'll ever go back to the Tri-Cities again, because someone walked right past security and got up on stage and tried to give him a hug. He's like, "Get the fuck away from me!" I don't. He's like, "Is this what security is like in this place? Because this dude could have fucking stabbed me. Get him the fuck away from me."
Wow.
Yeah, he freaked out. He was not into that at all, which I don't blame him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You never know. I mean, he's said some pretty harsh things to across his 5 or 6 season career on Comedy Central. A lot of people would be, I'd be like, nobody's allowed to approach me, not unless I've approved it. So, kind of in the same vein, but personally, what inspires you? Like, what keeps you going? What inspires you to keep doing what you're doing? What inspires you to keep attempting to do things that take a long time? All of this entertainment stuff takes a long time to get noticed. Just to get any sort of following. Like, I've been doing this for 3 years in February, and I've got, I don't even check, but I think it's somewhere around 200 listens a week, I guess, across the different shows that I do. It takes a long time. It takes a really long time. So what keeps you motivated? Like you tried to do stand up for 2 years. Now you're trying to do your vlog thing. What keeps you at it? What keeps you pushing the buttons?
I obviously I just want to challenge myself. I like to experience new things. The stand up comedy thing definitely broke the way for anything else out there. So I did that. Now I discovered vlogs, and I was like, I could probably do that. Work in graveyard and whatever. I'm kind of limited on my availability to do stand-up and do some stage time, so I can do this, and it can play. You can just upload the video and schedule it to post whenever I want it, and when I do is Mondays and Thursdays.
It's very handy. I just discovered scheduling recently too. I used to work till 2 and 3 in the morning trying to get a podcast edited and posted, and then I realized there's a little thing. I'm like, "What's this? You can schedule it, motherfucker!"
Yeah, that's kind of how it wasn't an aha moment. It was like, damn it, this could have been a lot easier.
Yeah.
But I would say, a lot of it is, I just want to be a media whore.
Yeah.
Part of it is that I do want to whore myself out, but the other part, a big part, is I want to see where this can go. I want to see. I want to share my sense of humor, my personality with the masses. And you're right about it taking a lot of work. And YouTube, I've been going now for a couple of months, about a month and a half. And I'm up to 60 subscribers right now, and I can't tell you a number about how many views. Yeah. But as people who want to, subscribe,
sure.
I'm at 60. I think is the latest count. YouTube is really great, by the way, because
it's very good.
They give you stats down to how many views you get, where those views came from, how long they viewed your video, and it will show you a graph.
Did they listen or did they watch the entire thing?
Yeah, and it gives you averages and numbers and just stats out the ass. Yeah. And I have to say,
Stitcher does the same thing.
Idaho, you guys are lacking. They drop off at the 3-minute mark consistently, whereas Montana, Washington, California, I had one in I had 2 views in Japan, and I think someplace in England and one in Australia. They
Nice.
watched the whole thing.
Nice.
But consistently, Idaho has been disappointing me. That's my home state. For
I know.
Christ's sake.
It's sad. We just learned recently that we have 3 or 4 Australian fans for our movie podcast that we do.
That's cool.
But it's because one of the people that's on it, he's friends with one of them, and then that one turned a couple of others on. So, but
I think that's what it is too
Yeah.
for me. Is people, friends of friends, they share or they talk about it, or
Yeah.
and sometimes I just get some random,
Yeah.
fans, random viewers
You
because
will
you
get-
put
yeah.
tags on there, and
Yeah.
somebody puts in, oh, boobies on YouTube,
Sure.
and then my thing's about boobies,
Right.
And then they just find it, and that's great when I can reach a complete stranger and have them like it,
Yeah.
and be like, awesome.
that
Awesome.
is cool.
And I'm still new at it, and I'm still trying to, build it and make it better and get better content. So, to my viewers, keep watching. I'm trying to get better, and I can see it getting that direction or going that direction. So
Also,
I'm excited for it.
what you're seeing, like for everybody that's watching it at twitch.tv, all 4 of them, I don't even know if that's true, but like what you can see and this will eventually make its way over to our YouTube page, and you can watch this afterwards, but what you see right now on the screen, that didn't happen overnight. That's 3 years worth of work and getting other people involved. I literally have like
I like that, by the way.
I have like
That's
8.
cool.
Yeah, I like it too. I think it's pretty sweet. And none of this is my doing. My video producer Adam is the genius behind all of this. So big shout out to Adam. He's SC Sampson on the Twitter. So find him. But he's the big mastermind behind that. And I have like 8 or 10. I lost count, but I have like 8 or 10 people that are completely involved in doing this. And it started with just me and my recorder, which I can't quite get over there. My recorder. I started off with just this and my own thoughts. And this could record the little foamy thing, covers the onboard microphones. But I started with that and my own thoughts, and then I got a board, and then I got some microphones, and it just kind of it spiraled out of control after that. So
There's a lot of equipment.
there's a lot
by the
of
way.
there's money and accounts that have to be set up, and some of them have to be paid for, and yeah, it's
crazy. Like with my YouTube, I was like, oh, I just need a camera, right? And then I found out
You need
I
lights.
need a camera. I need lights. Lights are very expensive, by the way.
lights are expensive, and you got to have things to hold on to them, which sucks.
Right, and sound and this and that, and I need a crew basically. I need somebody to run it. Right now, I'm just using my phone,
Nice.
which has a good camera on it.
I was just gonna say
it's good quality.
It's not a bad quality for that.
And but I run into some issues, and it's a phone. Like I'll forget to turn it down, and I'll get a text like, bling, bling,
Yeah, yeah.
bling, bling. Like, oh come on!
I saw that one. I also saw the creepy dude that said something about our boys all grown up. That was a creepy. Message.
See, I know him. So I know
Okay.
him, and that was an intentional.
Okay.
That was an intentional creepy comment. So,
Okay.
But I'm glad you opened up that door
because from somebody that doesn't know on my end, I was like, Jesus Christ, that is creepy as shit. What the hell is happening to you? And why did it happen?
Yeah. I'll wrap up about the equipment thing, and I'll move on to that. But
Sure.
yeah, there's a lot of equipment I still have to buy, and it's very expensive. And I think I can talk about it. It's no secret that the ads you see on the videos is because of someone's making
You monetize,
someone's making some money. So I can't encourage people to do anything, but so you have to set up those accounts. You have to do all this. There's a lot of work to it. I took the YouTube tutorial, and I put because I want to learn how to do it. I want to learn how to do it right.
Yep.
So I was like, I got to learn all these tricks, and it's helped a lot. And there's a lot to it. So to the viewers, I would say, know that what you see is, and even for your viewers and listeners, know that what you see is the final product that you see. There was a lot of time and a lot of effort put into making it look like it does. It's not as easy as it looks, and believe me, with editing and reshooting and doing this and just like, oh man, that was good or that wasn't. There's a lot of effort put into it.
Usually anything that isn't just a recorded live stream, which this show is, there'll be literally no editing done to this. Whatever is captured while it's going on goes up on YouTube. We'll clip the front, we'll clip the back, and clean that up. But basically what happens during the show is what goes up. But anything that's an edited show, they say basically for every minute that you see, at least an hour's worth of editing or some sort of work has gone into it. So
Easily.
so you're doing anywhere between 8 and 12-minute videos. It looks like so far. So you're looking at anywhere between 2 and 8 hours into each video.
Yeah, and I've been really
on the
trying to
back
cut
end.
that down because
You'll get into a system.
Consistently, my viewers stop or start losing interest around the 3-minute mark, and I think that's just the ADD generation.
It's hard.
and part of it is content, but it's just consistent. You can look at all the stats, and consistently around the 3-minute mark, people stop giving a shit.
Yeah.
And then it starts to dip. So I've been trying to tighten it up, do like 5-minute, 8-minute videos, and so I just did a video. We got me and DJ, the big black dude. We got drunk and we did a would you rather thing. That was about an hour and a half
Of recording?
of film, and then the final product you see is about 8 minutes to 10 minutes or whatever. And I'm going to tell you, there was some good content that we had to cut out just to make time.
And
it was crazy. Seeing it, like seeing what you see. The final product. Oh, there it is. Can they see that?
Yeah.
It was crazy. Seeing it, like seeing what you see.
So I'm here with my friend DJ. How's it
The
going?
final product. He's a big scary man. Can they
So
see
we
that?
got a survey.
Oh, weird.
Of, would you rather? A lot of random things on here, and we're gonna go ahead and hammer them out right now. Question number 1: would you rather live one 1,000-year life or live 10 100-year lives?
You got the whole funeral
Questions get better like around 3.
Yeah.
Do that 10 times. You got the whole funeral arrangement thing.
It's all froze
You
now.
have to do that 10 times and just be a little
Uh,
ridiculous. So, one long.
One and done.
Yeah, one and
One
done.
and done.
One and
I
done.
like that shirt, by the way.
Awesome.
Dropping the F bomb.
Yeah, I saw that. That's funny.
Probably the same. One
So-
and done.
Okay, so that's Harrison's channel. That will lead me to
I was going to talk about
Yes.
the fan mail.
yes.
Okay, so I don't know if you have this experience or if anybody else who has a YouTube channel or even podcasts have this, but obviously you're a very visible person and you're out there to the whole world basically to contact you. I've received my latest video upload. Oh shit! What is today? Wednesday?
The 27th.
Okay, I just reminded myself I have to upload the one for tomorrow. Anyway, my latest video upload. See, it's
This has been real-time reminders with Harrison and Fartland.
my latest upload on YouTube is about fan mail that I get, and it's real. I'm not making this up. These are real things I get, and the big one, the featured fan mail in the video is a guy who contacted me and was like, he wanted to dress in drag, he wanted to hook up with me, and he wanted me to pee on him while he was dressed in drag and do humiliation stuff to him.
Sure.
And of course, those are the emails that you don't respond to. It's always, and for me, it's the only people I attract are the weirdos. I get those kind of weirdos. I get cougars, but not the good-looking kind.
Right.
I get 14, 13-year-old girls, which I would, but the whole age.
Sure.
thing and,
Yeah, there's a whole statutory thing
Yeah,
that
no.
sucks.
No,
Or
so like young girls.
that
old,
came out really weird.
Yeah, those sweet girls.
But that did not come out at all as I intended it. Do not misinterpret that at all. That came out really weird.
I get really old gay guys, like old dad. They're not even daddies. They're like grandpas.
Hey,
and then
granddaddy.
like fat, nerdy type gay dudes. That's it. Not one. I just want one like supermodel. Just
one
be
normal
like,
person.
oh hey, hello.
Now it seemed on the surface that seems really weird, but if you dig a little deeper into it, is there something behind that possibly? Like, is there a reason that those people are assuming that that's happening, or that would be an okay thing to say to you, or like what's happening there?
I think it's just the anonymity thing on the internet. I think people just like, I think if we were in the same room, they wouldn't say stuff like that.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Though some of them they probably would, but I think it's just the anonymity. Am I saying that word right?
And I think it's anonymity.
Anonymity.
And
You're anonymous on the internet.
there you go.
And people don't really. All you see is your username. And sometimes some people are brave enough to give their real names on their YouTube accounts,
Which is
whatever.
not smart.
Yeah. Mine is Jake3587.
Okay.
You should subscribe. Anyway, I don't know, but they always find me, and I get them. That was my latest one. I've gotten really sick. I don't know how sick you want to go.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay, well here's the sickest one then. I'll just
Cut right to the bone.
yeah. So I don't know. I guess I've had some attractive. Anyway, this.
Some attractive twinks have contacted you. I get it.
Yeah. There was this really sick son of a bitch. It was in Seattle too, so it wasn't like someone from Utah or California, which the last two I talked about were from. This guy wanted me to leave a deposit in a condom. That's the cleanest way of saying it.
Okay.
And he had this all planned out.
Okay.
Like he's done this before.
Okay.
He says, go to this place. There's a locker room there. Here's the combination to the lock. I want you to put the spent condom in the locker, and then he was gonna go-gurt the condom.
Christ!
And I was like, what the hell? There were people out there like this, and it sounded like he's done it before. He had the system all planned out.
Wow.
And I'm like, so yeah, I gave him 3.
Well, of course. I mean, when you come across an offer, like, how could you refuse?
But think about that on a reality level.
Yes.
It's like this person is trusting a
lot.
complete stranger.
Very
like,
trusting.
That might just be poison in that, and he's just like, no, I'm just gonna take a shot.
This is really delicious.
There are people out there like this, though.
Rat poison aids.
These are people who are driving, working in the. They might be teachers. I don't know. They're out there. They're voting for our leaders.
That's
the
scary part.
They might be an elected official. I don't know.
Well, and then another scary part about that is, not to get really technical or graphic, but wouldn't that not have the proper taste because it will be room temperature or colder?
I don't know.
I think I would imagine if that was something that you liked, that having it direct from the source
and
would probably be better
that's his
than
thing. For all I know, he fills a bathtub with it and just bathes in it, but
just rubs it on his face. It's really good for my complexion.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, like
I had this.
I guess we can contact YoPlay or whoever and tell them that we have a new thing for the Go-Gurt brand.
It was so sick. It was so.
You
sick.
like rubbing shit on your face? We got the thing for you.
That was probably the grossest thing I've ever received.
That's gross. Not gonna lie, I'm really
One of the
creeped out by that.
One of the funniest, weirdest thing was there was this native chick who is from South Dakota or something, and I totally got this long email about I had a dream about you last night. No, it gets fucking weird. I had a dream about you last night, and it was like 200 years ago, and you came into my teepee, and it's a tribal chick, and you came into my teepee, and you were wearing like a butt flap thing, and then a big headdress. And then I guess we both got high on peyote and had a very spiritual. We didn't have sex, but it was a very spiritual, very intimate
exploration.
Thing. Yeah, and that
you got weird,
and it was
to
like,
put it in workaholic terms.
And you sat there and you braided my hair, and I'm like, it kept getting weirder and
then
weirder.
You picked all of the scabs off my scalp, and then he masturbated with them and ate them.
But
God, gross.
These are the fans that I get, and that contact me, and it's just. I mean, I'm glad they're watching. I'm glad they like what they see, but come on, normal people, hit me up. Normal
At least,
people,
yeah, one normal person,
and they do,
and
they do. And
everybody's
awesome.
Feel free to hit me up too. That's fine, but yeah, keep your weird shit to yourself.
It's awesome because, you know, among that nasty, dirty fan mail, I also get I get these awesome random messages from complete strangers saying, "Hey man, I thought, you know, what you did was funny. You're doing a good job, and I'm gonna keep watching." That's great.
Cool.
I just recently started talking to another YouTuber from Canada who's got, I think, 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers, and he's been giving me tips and whatnot. So there's been good communication too.
Nice.
not just pervs. So
That's good.
it's good.
It's always good to find those people that are out there to, you know, be a part of a community that YouTube is. I mean,
Yeah.
YouTube's like a worldwide, old, young, huge, ginormous community. I might be besides Facebook, it might be the other hugest world community around.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's lots of shit on there that you can do. I mean, literally, there's people that have become huge millionaires, not just Tosh, off of things that people upload to YouTube. So
Yeah.
Rob Dyrdek has his own show called Ridiculousness. Lil Duval. He's one of Nick Cannon's friends, I think. I don't know. I hope that wasn't racist. He's got one called...
I just assume with the name Lil.
Yeah, he's got that one, or he's got a show called Ain't That America, and that's all clips from YouTube. So there's the YouTube clip show is a popular format. So and rightly so. I mean, there's hundreds of things that not everyone can get to. So another thing I've been thinking about now, and this one I want to preface this question with no disrespect meant on this one. It's a legitimate question that I'm wondering. Now your coming home thing that you're doing, in a way it seems as though if you're an outsider looking in, it seems like kind of douchey, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. It's something that a well-established comedian would do. So I'm kind of curious. I'm curious what your take on the whole "I'm coming home" thing is. Was it just an opportunity that came up, or like what's the whole "I'm coming home" thing? Because I have actually seen big, famous, or like established comedians that have never actually done anything like "I'm coming home" or anything like that. So I was curious where the idea for that came up.
No, it's just basically for those who didn't know, you know, who I am or where I was from, because I've met a lot of new people in Seattle, and of course, you know, real people and that I work with or new friends. Who don't know where I came from or who I spent that time with. Or anything about this area, and of course, you know, the fans and stuff that I have on YouTube.
Sure.
So it was just a way of sharing my, you know, the behind the scenes, where I started. You know, I'm here for a week for Thanksgiving, so it was an opportunity to just show people. This is where I started. You know, did my comedy. It's just part of the regular programming with YouTube. I plan on doing the same thing in Seattle, and cool. I am, you know, just showing, you know, the space, you know, this and that. I've already showed my apartment and stuff. It's just sharing.
I saw your
parts of my
messy room with 2 boxes on the floor. Oh my god!
It's messy to me, and with all the clothes laying on the floor. Usually it's not like that, but no, it was just a part of. An opportunity to show people who didn't know where I came from, because you can tell somebody like, oh, I come from a small town, and
right.
It smells like poop, and it's like 30,000 people there.
Yeah,
you know, you can do that. So this is my way of sharing to them and the rest of the world, you know, where I call home.
Okay,
and I can see where, you know, I can see where you mean about, like, you know, like I'm just this big star who's coming back and gracing the city with my presence and stuff. But no, it wasn't intended to be like that, and rather it was intended to just show people who don't know where Lewiston, Idaho is, or where Idaho period is. There's people who don't know where Idaho is.
Yeah, show us Idaho on the map.
Yeah, so
do they make potatoes there?
Yeah, I hate that.
Thank you.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just an opportunity to show them that, as well as, you know, I'm here anyway, and I'm a YouTuber, so of course, it would make
opportunity
sense.
knocks. Yeah,
yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna come here and not film a damn thing. So it just makes sense that, duh, if I was a painter, and I came here for a week, I'm probably going to paint something, the Blue Bridge or the Valley or something. So it just makes sense that I would do a video, and calling it Coming Home is exactly that. I'm coming home.
Cool.
I'm showing people where I used to live, and where, and of course a lot of my friends wanted to be a part of it too. So it was an opportunity to do that. You're on it now as well.
Yep.
So it was, that was the mentality behind it. It wasn't meant to be douchey.
Okay.
So I apologize for if it comes off that way.
Well,
but it's
and
not meant to
douchey
be.
might have been the wrong word to you. That's literally what came out of my brain. And again, no disrespect. I literally just wanted.
No, I just want to show people what home's like.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Also, another one that might get uncomfortable that I've been wondering forever. You have a brother that's out. You got Facebook pictures that are all over your Facebook that are you cuddling up with dudes and whatnot. And every time it comes up, a joke is made, but I've never point blank asked you, is there are you gay? I have no other way of knowing how to ask that, because I just. And it would make me feel more comfortable, and it's probably me being really insensitive, but it'd make me feel more comfortable if I could just know that so I can carry on with my life.
I like how that's a big speed bump for you. Like, you can't go on without knowing. You have to know that. Like, who shot Kennedy, and is Harrison gay?
And and that JR thing, was that a thing still? Does anybody care about that? No, I don't, and it's not something that I dwell on regularly. It's just it comes up so fucking often.
I'm gonna answer it this way. You think that if I were going to make that big announcement, that I would do it on your show. But being a YouTuber, if anything, I would do it on my show.
Oh, come on. You know that's exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah, if I was going to make that sort of announcement, it wouldn't be on this show. It would be on my own, so I can have all exclusive ownership of that content.
Gotcha.
But I will say this. There are a lot of pictures of stuff like that, and people need to understand too that, one, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. They can think whatever there is. There may be some substance to people's suspicions. There may not. Like when I first started at the casino, I talked to one chick at the restaurant, and boom, automatically I was seen talking to her, and automatically apparently we're fucking.
Oh,
and it's
wow.
like, okay, well, I didn't even know that, so thank you. Or you take a picture with somebody and you post it, and it looks a lot of the shit I post or I do
with your friends,
I'm very aware
Right.
of what it sounds, looks, feels, and tastes like. So I don't post shit and just mistakenly
whoops,
I didn't know that. Sometimes that does happen, but there's a lot of intention out there, and a big part of it too is I just don't care what people think. I don't give a fuck. And to be honest, you mentioned it, Derek, when you say out, you mean out of the closet.
Sure.
My brother is openly gay, which was a very, very difficult thing to do. By the way,
I would imagine that's like a double, super, triple, quadruple backflip hard thing to do in his position, was it not?
It was
small town,
a
minority basically,
right.
and then gay on top of that. So
in a religious family,
family. So four things,
and a lot of people who I know I've had some friends who have struggled with that, and suicide is a big a thing that people think about. And you can see it on YouTube. Just type in coming out story or whatever. And I would say 90% of people, 95%, contemplate suicide because of it. So it's a very serious thing.
Or suicide instead of coming out, right?
Right, yeah. Because of it's a scary thing, and they don't think people are going to accept them and stuff. But it took them a long time to do that. And my answer to everybody about myself, whether there be any merit behind it or not, is be mindful of that. We all have our demons and skeletons in the closet, and whether it be, I watched this great video the other day about coming out of the closet, and we all have closets to come out of.
I saw that too.
It's a great video, because your closet may be coming out about your sexuality, or telling a loved one that you have cancer, or that you're getting a divorce, telling your child that well, mommy's not coming home today because she's dead.
Right.
You know, so there's a lot of things.
Or coming out of your closet might be asking a friend a very uncomfortable question or two.
Yes. So my answer to that is no, I'm not going to give you the glory of having a big announcement on your show. Unfortunately, it would be on my show and not yours. And that's just me just being...
Continuously ambiguous.
Yes. And you know, it's my... Like what she said in that video, it's my truth to own.
Yeah.
And whether I choose to share it or not, that's totally up to me. And I will say I do have a lot of support from family and friends, and it's awesome.
Good.
I also have a lot of haters. So and people say, "Oh, haters are my motivators." I jokingly say that sometimes.
I hate that. That's so
but-
fucking stupid.
But no, it's got to be about you. It's got to be about the people who support you and challenge you. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to give you that answer today. But I will say that I appreciate the question.
Well,
And there are you're not the only one. There's a lot of people out there, and to them I say, don't worry about it. I am who I am, and we'll get to whatever it may be whenever I get to that point, or. You can't force a butterfly out of its cocoon, otherwise
Sure.
it's not going to mature.
Well, and another reason that I asked is because I've actually dealt with this my whole life too, and I've actually gotten to the point where I've been with the same woman for 7 years. I'm married to her for 1 year now.
And you mean like people thinking that you're gay?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
all through high school. One dude that I don't even know how it happened. One dude started it, and by the time I was a senior in high school, I was just some flaming homosexual. To be honest, though. In their defense, and this is a weird thing to say for someone that's that had this happen to them or whatever, but in their defense, I didn't exactly make the easiest choices to dispel the rumors. I decided at the age of 16, at the age of 16, when I was a junior in high school, I started taking dance lessons down at the college.
Oh.
So that didn't help. I didn't play.
I forgot that.
And I was a dancer for 10 years. I didn't play any sports. I didn't have a solid girlfriend at all through high school. I didn't really
That's
date
a big
at
thing.
all.
That's
Yeah.
a big thing. I'm going to pause you right there. That's a big thing. A
Yeah.
lot of people come at me about that, and I say, hey, I have been always very open
me.
about me being single, and I'm just not a relationship guy.
Yeah.
And people automatically jump to, well, he
must be gay.
He's never with
Yeah.
a girl, and I have been. I had, you know, it's but like I'm also very I'm very private and very, what's the word? I'm very discreet
Yeah.
about my sexual explorations. I don't because like I don't like telling, because it's none of their fucking business.
Well, and honestly, in all honesty, that's kind of the way I feel too. Like I am.
It's like, hey, Nathan, how often do you have sex with your wife?
Exactly.
I want to know how often. I want to
and
know when's
what
the
you're
last time
doing.
you
What
did.
what were you wearing? Honestly, I kind of feel like, and I asked you. I asked you because I thought it would be a good question for entertainment value and to keep the conversation interesting. But in all honesty, I think that would solve a lot of issues today. It would be, it doesn't matter what anyone does. It doesn't fucking matter. Honestly, it really doesn't. And if I want to have an open, and this is no rumor started. This is just a hypothesis. But if I wanted to, me and my wife decided it was a good idea for our relationship to start having, like orgies, or started having, conquests of other sorts or whatever, or something like that. Like that also, no one else's business. If you decide that you're gay, or if you're straight, or whatever it is that's your business. If anyone's gay or straight, it's their business, and we can all move on with our lives. And it doesn't, honestly, I think it's weird that people first associate themselves with what they do in the bedroom. That's like their identity. First and foremost, I would identify myself as a podcaster, a woodworker, and a person that likes to make someone laugh by any means necessary that happens to be straight. If we could rearrange the order of importance and all that, I think that would be really helpful. Like, I'm a straight dude that likes to try to make people laugh, and I go out and work in my shop, and I podcast with my friends. That's not important. That first thing, that wasn't the important line item. Those other things are the important line items. That's who I am.
Yeah.
What I do in my own bedroom is a part of who I am, but it doesn't necessarily define
Yeah.
me, and it doesn't define you, and it doesn't define anyone, and it shouldn't. It should be I think a lot of more people should start taking that discreet tactic and be like, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm
I think
this first.
There's a lot of curiosity though, and I'm like that. I'm imperfect. Hey, I'm imperfect. I'm not perfect, people. I make mistakes, and I anyway. A big thing is curiosity. I know a lot of people was like they just need to know, and I
Yeah.
don't know why, but in their head, like, and I'm the same way. You see a guy or a girl, and it's like, is she a lesbian? Like, it's just because it looks like it,
Yeah,
it
you
sounds
can't-
like it, but
you-
you're like, I need to know, and I won't give up
Yeah.
until I know.
You can't
And-
you can't help it. Honestly, it becomes like a weird morbid curiosity. Like, this is none of my fucking business. Sorry, out comes this weird question. Diarrhea of the mouth.
And
Are
for
you
some
gay?
reason you won't. Yeah, and for some reason you won't give it up
Yeah.
until you know, and it's
Well-
it's a weird thing, but and we're all guilty of it.
And
but-
I think another thing and another reason that made me ask it was I was associated with you for over 2 years in doing the comedy thing, and I got it. I'm like, I don't fucking know. How am I supposed to fucking know? It's not
And-
my business.
and
I don't care.
Years ago, I got that with my brother, and I knew that, you know, I always knew, you know, he's my brother, for Christ's sake,
Right.
But I also knew that if I started saying shit, and I knew he wasn't ready, so I knew if I just put it on blast,
Yeah.
that whole, you know, that big ugly suicide thing, you know,
Sure.
times already suck, and then if I just put somebody on blast like that, who's obviously, if they're not already out, there's probably a good reason why they're not.
Sure.
They're having their struggles or whatnot, but if you put it on blast, that's just going to make their life even worse. So I just chose to keep my mouth shut, and people who asked me, I just said, I don't know, that's something you have to ask him.
Yeah.
And I just said, don't jump to conclusions just because you see one or two things. But back to the thing about me, and like people say, well, you never had a girlfriend or this and that, and like, well, actually, you're wrong. You know, I don't. Everybody is into this Facebook craze. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't see it on Facebook. You know, it doesn't. If I start a relationship, Facebook is the least of my worries.
Yeah.
Letting the rest of the world know who I'm sleeping with or have feelings for romantically is not going to be on my highest priority. I'm putting it on Facebook. I'm saying that right now, or on my YouTube or anything.
Yeah.
My private life is my private life.
Right.
And I choose very carefully what I show the rest of the world. So to the people who are wondering, yes, I have had relationships with the female sex. That is a thing that has happened, but you won't get any more out of me than that, or names. Like people are, oh, so they get that out of you. And then the next thing is, oh, now you need to tell me a name, or I'm just gonna think you're lying.
Sure.
I don't owe you.
You're not good. Yeah.
I don't owe you fucking shit.
Not only that, you probably won't know the name anyway. So why press it?
Or you know, if I do give you a name, then there's like, oh, you and so, or but you know, then it's like, then it's just, you just open up a big can of worms.
Right.
But yeah, so to answer people's question is, it's a thing that happens, and it's none of your damn business, whether it be a guy or a girl. So, but to people who are curious, then yes, I am human, and there are things that happen with my manly parts
That aren't anyone's business.
Yeah.
Good point. No, I like it. No, I agree. J Hockey 3 just asked, who am I talking to? And this is this is Harrison McFarland. So this is somebody from the chat room that wanted to know who I'm talking to. So thank you for viewing, J Hockey 3. I love saying people's like handles out loud. It always sounds funny to me. Like,
Yeah, hockey.
kitty lick 469. Like, okay, well, that's fun.
Was that 14-year-old girl that was hitting me up on
I can't.
YouTube?
I don't know. Probably. So no, and honestly, it was.
Excuse me.
Now you're passing it on to me. No, and like I said, I didn't. I'm
totally fine with you.
Yeah,
asking that.
like
I said, I don't
back
care.
to back to the putting it on blast thing. Like, I knew that you're at a place or I perceive you as a person that's at a place in their life that that's okay with that. And for one, if you're not ready for that, you probably shouldn't be YouTubing, but I think I felt like you were okay with me putting it out there. But it is something it's great to highlight it every once in a while to kind of give people a gentle reminder, being like, hey, yeah, you might see this, or you might see that, or you might see the other thing. Yeah, I might go through every single one of your mobile uploads, and it looks like you're basically gang raping a whole group of dudes. Also, still none of my business, because I wasn't there when the picture was taken. I don't know what the context of the picture was. I don't know what you guys and your friends like to do, or how you joke. I have one friend that immediately comes to mind that instantly people would think, if they didn't know us, they would think we were gay. Instantly. My best friend Josh.
You said something about the pictures a long time ago on MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was the thing. There was this picture. It was a group photo, and it was I forget where it was. I think it was at the college or something. But anyway, it was a group of friends, and we were all being stupid and silly, and we took a gay-looking pose, and it was intentional.
Sure.
It was intentional. There was no accident that, oh, hey, look, this looks like we're simulating a sex scene with an orgy. Oops. It just looks like that. It was an intentional picture. And all of us not giving a fuck what people thought, put it on the interwebs, on MySpace. And then weeks later, one of my relatives, like an aunt or an uncle or an aunt, it was, saw that and was like, went through the family. Oh my god, there was but the cover story was, there was a picture of Harrison in a gay orgy on the internet. Mm-hmm. And then you ever play that game Telephone?
Yeah, that spiraled out of control.
It went around, and it was like, okay, first of all, we were fully clothed.
Sure.
And on the internet, it was MySpace, and believe me, MySpace won't let you upload pictures like that.
Yeah.
And it blew up to a big thing, and I said, okay, first of all, straight in relation to straight, but none of your fucking business.
Yeah.
And it was an intentional picture like that, and there were no accidents. With what people upload,
and honestly, I think in the advent of Facebook, there's a whole new list of rules and a new list of do's and don'ts, so to speak, that are going on. That just because you can see it still doesn't mean you get to just go and assume it. Like I'm guilty of it. I didn't know, and people ask me, and they're like, "Hey, what's up with Harris?" And I'm like, "I fucking don't know." And
yeah. So if they have a question, just come up and ask me.
Yeah, go talk to Harrison about it.
Or I don't know, if it really bothers people, just delete me off Facebook or don't watch my YouTube.
Yeah,
it's that simple. If it's like, if it's really gonna bother you, just delete me out of your life.
Because we don't need you as friends. We don't need you as fans or whatever at that point. If you're going to be closed-minded, then see you later.
There were people who deleted Derek off of Facebook because he would be posting pictures of the hot-looking guys that are shirtless and stuff, and they're models or underwear models, and I hate seeing it on my feed, so they just deleted them. Perfectly fine. Perfect.
Good.
You did the right thing.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you saved me the trouble, the awkward thing of going, well, should I hurt their feelings, or good, they're gone. Good, I don't need that anyway.
And he was kind of he took it in a way of I just lost a friend. It's like, no, you lost a friend on Facebook.
Yeah.
You didn't lose the friend as a friend. You lost a friend on Facebook.
Look through your friends. Can you pinpoint who's missing? Okay, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you know what? I have friends who I'm friends with in real life, but not friends on Facebook. A lot of people think it's not official until it's on Facebook, and it's total. I hate that shit.
Ooh, Facebook official.
Exactly. Yeah. It's it didn't happen unless picture didn't happen, but that's kind of morphed into Facebook it or didn't happen, or it's not true, or So it is. It is. It's the thing.
It is what it is. Yes.
I have a question.
I call a fullback or callback. Yes.
For JHockey3, is this just a random viewer or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
JHockey3. I'm Harrison. Hi. I was wondering if he or she or they had a question for us to answer. If you have a question, please just comment it right there, and we'll do our best to answer it for you. If you have anything random, or if you're just jumping in or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead. I know you have a list of questions.
No, I actually just had the 5, and that was all of them, I believe. And we've been talking for an hour and 20 minutes. So, and I'm starting to get a little pity in here. I'm not gonna lie, I got nervous on that last one because I was like, I know I know this is gonna be weird.
Oh no, and you know what? I don't care. Like I
Good.
said, and
Good.
moving to Seattle, I told it is that kind of just is put on bold right now. It's just I don't care, and neither do they. It's weird.
I know, it's
Nobody
amazing.
gives a fuck.
It's amazing.
And nobody knows who I am, so I can be whoever or whatever I want to be out in the open, and nobody cares.
Good.
It's great.
Yes.
So great.
It's fantastic.
But as far as me as a person out in Seattle, everything's going great. I love it. I love my job. I'm actually getting paid what I'm worth. Almost double what I got paid over here in Idaho.
Nice.
There's shit to do no matter what day of the week. I got a nice apartment in a nice neighborhood, so my car isn't going to get broken into. I'm not going to get stabbed. I've been meeting a lot of great people. I've been getting a lot of good support from my family and my friends, so I do appreciate that. I am still single. I'm not looking for any sort of relationship right now. Relationships just not my thing. Just like kids, I'm probably never gonna have kids, and I'm totally fine with that. People are like, oh, that's so sad. And even if I was gay, there are couples who adopt and stuff.
Right.
But
dude, I get
I'm
that.
just not a kid person.
I'm not a kid. I'm not really a kid person either. And everybody's like, "So, you're married now? You've been married for a year. When are you going to pop out a kid or two?" I'm like, I don't know. When's your next gynecologist appointment?
Yeah,
Like, seriously,
it's
I
kind
don't-
of a really private thing. It's no one's business.
And I've gotten it.
And they
I get
don't
to the
know.
point, yeah,
But
I got to the point where I was just like not having them. Like, oh, why? Don't care.
It's a big fucking responsibility,
Lot.
and people don't know. There might be some sort of medical thing wrong with either you
Right.
or her or something,
Which would be
and it's-
really embarrassing for you to bring up. But thanks for bringing it up.
Oh yeah, no, just saying. So people
No,
just
yeah.
need to be more sensitive
It's-
when they
It's a-
just assume things
Yeah.
about people.
It's a
It's like-
personal choice, but it could be a medical choice or a medical reason. I guess is medical. If it's a medical reason, it wouldn't be a choice at all.
Yeah.
But it could be a medical thing, and it's not your business. And yeah,
And I don't measure my happiness in life based on if I'm in a relationship or if I have kids.
good.
I'm going through life very selfishly because you know why? Because it's my life, and I'm living it, not you or
Yeah.
not you, but
No. Yeah, I got you. You understood. Yeah, I got you.
So, but yeah, people, and I get this a lot too, and I make fun of it on Facebook. Again, very intentional, but like being forever alone and just whatever. But to be honest, that's just for a show. But I do get lonely at times.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's real. But on the whole part, it's fine. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I would be lying if it was if I said that it's not nice knowing that that somebody's always there or whatever. But on the flip side of that, you're always having to make sure that you're doing the right thing. You got to check in, and it's not even a check in like, oh, she's got me by the short here. It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's more honestly, if you actually get it worked out correctly, it's more of a respect thing. You're like, I know that you have this, or I already knew before the day ended that you were counting on me for this. So for me to just have a bunch of things change because you were at work and I only worked a half day, I need to make you at least abreast of what's going on and be like, hey, something came up while you were at work. I'm going to go take care of this, and it might affect what we had planned by an hour or two, or we might have to rearrange it where I do that and then we go do this, or we go do this and be done by a certain time so I can do that, fit it all in type of thing. So it's not so much of, oh man, he sure is pee-whipped. It's like a matter of respect. But on the other side of that, though, it's nice to just come home, take off your pants, do whatever the F you want. You don't have to check in with anyone. You don't have to, make your own destiny, so to speak. So there are definitely good bonuses to either side of that. So,
And I know people who've been single their whole life, and like my aunt's
Yeah.
been single for her entire life, and is perfectly happy.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are married to their job or their career or their hobby. Like right
Yeah.
now, I got so much going on for me right now.
Yeah.
If I wanted, starting a family is a big responsibility, and people everywhere take that for granted. As you see, 18-year-olds like, oh, I'm in love, I'm gonna get married, and I'm gonna just bring another human being into the world.
First thing I can do is just pop this thing out. Really? Did you think it through?
And then that kid is just gonna live a shitty life.
Yeah.
Or not. Or not.
Or it might go
Or
good,
not.
but the chances are the odds are stacked against you.
so
And-
scary.
And the thing that really bothers me these days is that it seems to me like there's so little thought put into such a huge decision. There are people that will go out and research a car for 8 months and pick out the right car for themselves, and then they'll just go and spread their legs for any dude at the bar, or go plow any chick that they can take home at the bar and be like, oh crap, well we did that. I'm sorry, you can't do that on accident anymore. It's
2013.
irresponsible.
It's 2013. Nobody should be getting accidentally pregnant.
No,
there is zero excuse or STDs. That should not be a thing anymore.
Right. It's
Stop
like
it, people.
everybody needs to replace accidental pregnancy with irresponsible. The word irresponsible really does need to be replaced with accidental, because you can't do that on accident.
Have you seen Aziz Ansari's new special? Oh my god!
I'll have to look it up. I think it's on Netflix.
If you're a single dude and have no kids and you don't like kids or whatever, that is the show to watch. It's all about bashing on people in relationships or who have kids accidentally.
Sure.
And he talks about just like that. He's like, people have spent more time, thinking about like buying a car or something. Like
researching their gynecologist, researching
or like
researching a type of gum.
Like he talks about his buddy who decided to get married when he was 21, and he's like, man, when I was 21, I was thinking about this and that, and how can you make a decision like that big, for the rest of your life? Of course, these days it's no longer the rest of your life. It's like, okay, well,
for the next 5 years,
I'll give you 3 or 5 years.
Yeah. No, I agree. I waited till I was 29 before. I was 27 when I proposed, and we had everyone kept bugging us about that too. When are you guys gonna get married? When we effing feel like it. We were engaged
and comfortable.
We were engaged for 4 years, and I would have drug it out longer if I just didn't think that it was kind of unfair at that point. But we were just having a good time going through each individual step. We had a good time dating each other, and then we had a good time being engaged to each other, and now we're having a good time being married to each other. And honestly, I think if everybody would just take a little bit more time and enjoy each other just a little bit more, I think that things would go a lot better. So. So those are the few things that were on my mind. Some of them got a little bit uncomfortable, but we made it through it, and I'm very proud of you for not being just like, well, fuck you, I'm out. So I appreciate that, and I do really think that talking about asking people about being gay or just talking about that in a real actual in a real manner without joking around and whatnot. I think it's good to every once in a while just be like, hey, you know what? This actually is probably a good thing to maybe mention again.
And that's the thing about
bring it up and hash it out every once in a while.
That's the thing about being a comedic entertainer is it doesn't always have to be comedy and stuff.
Yeah.
Just like on my YouTube, I have funny things, but I also have serious talk.
Yeah, you had the one about real friends that I found pretty interesting because I feel the same exact way.
Yeah, and there's different friends, and I have one of my upcoming videos is going to be about people coming out and being gay and stuff. And thanks for.
I'm sorry. I hope I didn't fuck it up too bad.
No. But it's another serious talk thing. So, and I have a lot of other serious talk videos coming up, and I have some more goofy stuff.
Yeah. And I like to sit around and joke around and bring up a subject and just fire as many just rapid fire jokes. Just how many jokes can we make about this subject? I enjoy the shit out of that. Trust me. But the older I get and the little bit more mature as a podcaster, I actually enjoy these types of conversations even more so because you go into it with one thought and then you come out on the other side of it and it might be completely different, or it might be you went go in and thinking this way and now you're going just a little bit off kilter. I enjoy having real conversations every once in a while too, and throwing jokes in when they come up or whatever, but I have no problem just sitting around and bullshitting. So I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate you allowing me to bring up uncomfortable things, and maybe the next time you come on we'll think of another uncomfortable topic to hash out, because honestly that could have gone really, really bad and it went just fine. So
yeah. Can I
yes,
put all my plugs in?
It's time for plugs.
Okay, so I got a lot of things, and all the names are inconsistent because I just couldn't get Harrison McFarlane. Apparently, there's a lot of Harrison McFarlanes out there. So here it comes.
Yeah, it happens.
It's coming at you. On YouTube, I am Jake3587, or you can just type in Harrison McFarlane, 2 R's in my name, by the way. Harrison McFarlane on YouTube. I have a channel there. Please subscribe.
Here it is right here.
Yeah, the more subscribers I have, the more happy my life is. Otherwise, I kill myself. Oh, I have 61 subscribers.
61 now. Yep.
Woo! That's a new thing for me. And on Twitter, I am son of a
At Harrison Jokes.
Harrison
Right
Jokes
here,
on-
buddy. Right in front of you. Oh, it's not. You can't see it. It's right there.
Oh, Harrison Jokes on the Twitter. And I have Instagram, which is Harrison395, my old badge number.
Nice.
So those are my things. I'm also on Facebook, comedian Harrison McFarland. So there's a lot of different ways to do that. If you go to my YouTube channel, most of my videos, if not all have that information on there. I really do appreciate people watching and leaving comments. So that's great. And thank you again, sir, for having me on here. I think it's awesome.
Absolutely. And let's see, commercial, the creator of this video, legal
stuff,
yeah, I was trying to
YouTube and their legal stuff.
Yeah, I was trying to get to see if there was like something I could flash up on the screen.
They
right
kind
here.
of attacked me for some copyright stuff, but I was like, no. I got it. I got the rights.
Yeah. So, also, you can find me and you can find our entire podcast network. You can find me on Twitter at Nathan L. Betts, which is right there, right here. You can find me at Nathan L. Betts. You can find Time Spent Poorly on Twitter at TSP_1. Find us on Stitcher Radio, Stitcher Smart Radio app. Just go to Stitcher and type in the Time Spent Poorly Podcast Network and we'll come up there. Find us on twitch.tv/Time Spent Poorly TV. Go to youtube.com/Time Spent Poorly TV. We also have a fan page on Facebook. Just search Time Spent Poorly, where we got 100 and some views, or 100 some guys there. So go make more of those there for us. We would appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for listening. And from now until I talk to you again, thank you for coming on the show, Harrison.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
We'll do some more cross promoting in the near future.
Yeah.
And from now until the next time I talk to you guys, be good to you and yours. I got to get out of here. Peace.
Hey, that's the story of my life. I had a good plan, but it didn't go right. And once again, the music starts to play. Hey, that's the story of my life. I had a good plan, but it didn't go right. Oh no, I'm overdrawn. I checked my account and the money's all gone. Why me? I don't know what to think. I finally get aboard and the whole boat sinks. Seems to be the story of my life. The story of my life. The story of my life. That's the story of my life. That's the story of my life.
Like what you hear? Find all of this and more at timespentpoorly.com. Bye-bye.